What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So we have a very serious video that we need to get to today. You see the title, you know what we're going to talk about. I want to address how property taxes will completely destroy both homeowners and renters in 2022. So make sure you stick around for this entire video. Also share this video with your friends and family over on Facebook so they too can stay updated on what is actually going on. But here's what I can tell you. If you currently own a home, are thinking about buying a home, or you are a renter, then you could be completely destroyed by the upcoming property tax assessments. Here's what we know. Currently, home prices over the past year have gone up about 18%. That's a pretty substantial jump. Rents alone have increased by roughly 9%, and rents are likely to go up even higher after the property taxes increase. But here's what I can tell you, and this is my warning, okay? And I want to give this to every single person out there because we need to get ready to pay more for the home that we are currently living in. Whether we own it or we're renting it, we will be paying more. And here's the reason why. Yes, in the United States, home prices grew on average about 18%, which means that we are going to see a huge increase to our tax bill. But let me explain this with this little handy map that I have. Look at this. So this map right here, this is showing, okay, it shows the property taxes by state. Now, just keep in mind, this is not 100% accurate. I went through it a little bit. It's not 100% accurate. The majority of states are fairly close, but just keep in mind that we're going to use these numbers because these numbers are scary. But even states like, I think Texas has a property tax of 1.9% now, which is absolutely insane, but that is what it is. I live in Washington State. We pay about 1%. New York, I believe it's like 2.6% or 2.7. It's up there a little bit, almost at 3%. So it's a big difference. But here's what I can tell you. In this map, it shows each state's property tax percentage. Now, keep in mind that, again, some of these numbers aren't 100% accurate, but we're going to use them. But let's talk about people that live in California for a second. Let's say somebody has their 0.7% property tax rate. Well, here's what I can tell you. In California, values in 2020 were roughly $700,000. This is for a median home. The current median home goes for about $800,000, and it's projected to go to about $835,000 to $840,000 by the end of 2022, which means the average homeowner is going to pay taxes of an additional $100,000 from 2020 versus the end of 2021, which was yesterday. So, instead of only paying $4,900 a year in property taxes in California in 2020, these homeowners will now be expected to pay $5,600 a year. That's an extra about $60 per month. That's not a huge issue. $60 a month isn't just so substantial we can't pay for it. But let's look into a city like San Antonio, or how about Austin, Texas, where we have seen prices really increase. Let's use Austin, Texas for an example. In Austin, Texas, we have seen the median home prices go from $400,000 per year in 2020 to now in 2021, and even the projected increase in 2022, they're expected to increase by 43%, meaning the same property that sold for $400,000 in 2020 is expected to go to $572,000. Can you imagine that? So let's look into property taxes again. Now, let's just go over what is it for Texas. Texas is 1.6. I believe it's actually 1.9 now, but we're going to use that 1.6 percentage figure, all right? So here's what I can tell you. Let's say that the previous taxes would have been in Austin, Texas. There would have been, I believe, $6,400. Okay, new property values at $572,000 would now mean that the property taxes would be $9,152 per year. That is an extra $230 per month. $230 per month. And let me just ask you, how many of you could actually afford an instant bump, instantly, on your property taxes of $100, $200, or $230 per month? Probably not a lot of people. Now, this doesn't just stop with homeowners, and that's the issue. Renters are going to be asked to cover their landlord's new property taxes. This isn't just an issue with homeowners. This is an issue with renters as well. And if you think the states and the counties are going to hold off on collecting their property taxes, then you're wrong. We have seen that the states and counties, they have a surplus of cash. They're not sympathetic to the tough times that we're currently experiencing and facing. Right now, most states are doing very well, but they're also doing all they can to recoup their lost revenue from the pandemic. Yeah, lost revenue. Even though every single state received billions of dollars from the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan that was passed in March of 2021, billions of dollars went out to these states, but they're still trying to collect their lost revenue through property taxes and other streams. But here's where things get really crazy. Okay, I want to show you this. Okay, this is interesting. Look at this map. So this is a chart. It says growth in U.S. home values outpaces that of incomes. This is from 1965. Okay. Now, if you want to see this, you can go to CNBC and you can actually see it. But right here it shows that the median household income, okay, has risen by 15.5%. Okay. But look at this. These are the average home values, right? Look at this. So the average home values have increased by 118%. So on average, just to give you an idea, because this is crazy, on average, according to multiple reports, okay, and I want to show you this. Here it is right here. It says, we're going to read this one right here. To afford a home in 2021, Americans need an average income of $144,192 per year. Now, this is far more than what they needed before, but the median household income is $69,178 a year. That's insane. That's just completely insane, being that right now, the people that are trying to buy a house or have a house or even rent, they're going to be, the prices, the increase is going to pretty much take away any raise that they get. And this doesn't cover food or gas or other expenses. This is just household costs. That's insane. That's completely insane. But here's one of the warnings I want to give you. Right now, one of the things that we're going to see, property taxes are going to increase. We know that they always do. But keep this in mind. As property taxes increase, it's going to increase everything else as well. We could potentially be seeing massive inflation because according to, I don't remember the CPI data, I believe 35% of the CPI data, okay, the weight of it, 35% of that is housing, right? Rents, mortgages, right? Housing. That's a big, huge factor of it. So we could potentially see property taxes go up, home prices increase, rents increase, and guess what? Guess what happens with inflation? It goes up as well. So this could be a huge, huge move. Now, here's one thing I just want you to keep in mind. As property taxes go up, chances are we are going to see more homes come onto the market because people can't afford them. We're going to see more people refinance their homes, and my expectation is people are going to refinance their homes probably within the first 2 quarters of 2022. My guess, at least what I would do, is I would refinance any of my properties in the first quarter before the Federal Reserve comes out and actually increases interest rates, which they are expected to do, and I believe it's going to happen probably in April. So just keep that in mind. As more homes hit the market, we will most likely see property, the average price go down a little bit. But just because it comes down does not mean these counties are not going to come in, assess your property for more, and make you pay it. So make sure you have some money. Do not be don't be over leveraged. Don't come into a home that you're considering buying, or if you're renting, you'll be perfectly fine. But don't come into a home, be like, I can afford this. It's going to be tight, but I can do it. And then you see, oh, well, the new property tax is going to actually push it over the limit where you can't afford the home, and you essentially lose it at some point. So that's what we know as of right now. But as always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share any latest news and updates. Just keep in mind, property taxes are going to hurt millions and millions of both homeowners and renters. So stay safe, do what you can, save up some money, invest, and make sure you are financially in the right space. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. Again, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.